So, as any of you still around can tell, I'm back. Looks like I need to redo that. Give me a sec. Still trying to fix things. What did I have to do for that? God damn it. Yeah, come over here. Not there, but yes, there. Okay, good. I've got everything back. Let's see. Let me make sure everything is right here. It seems to be. Do we have mic? We have mic. Do we have in-game sound? We do. We have video. Everything is working again. Oh, I'm back. Hi, guys. My apologies for the technical difficulties. All right, I'm in the Grellwood. Yay. All right, that was fun. Yes, I did fix it. It worked. Just restarting the application fixed it. You know, the old saying, have you tried turning it off and back on again? The amount of time it works, historically, as someone who, for a living, fixed broken-ass computer systems, software-wise, not really hardware-wise, the amount of time where that's the best and only answer is startlingly large. But USB is particularly finicky, and always has been. The number of times where I have fixed a problem with USB by simply unplugging the device and plugging it back in doesn't work. But if you plug it in on a separate USB bus, so like the front of the computer instead of the back of the computer, it does work. Is this going anywhere? It looks like it is. I need to double check and make sure that there's nothing up there. Anyway, thanks for coming back, guys, or hanging around and giving me the chance to try and fix every single fucking thing that was broken, which was a lot. Pardon my French. No, it's not really French. Mostly the French I speak is merde. Which shouldn't surprise you that I would know a swear word in French. I mean, that's kind of my deal. Swearing, not French.
I think not.
I'm full again. And frankly, Windows has never been any good at all in dealing with any sort of interface problems. Where is this one going? Sound in particular. Windows has always been terrible at handling sound inputs and outputs. But in general, I mean, if you want to go back and look at the history of the things people had to do with interrupt requests and stuff like that. Ooh.
No.
All right, we get rid of the white quality items. We grab the feathered robe, and we ID that, because that's almost certainly an upgrade. Yes. Extra oh, I like everything about that. That's my new best friend. And every time anybody's system malfunctioned, I got to deal with it. Hardware, software, work, sometimes even the home stuff. One of the things that happens when you're one of the IT guys in a small company is you're also the support desk and pretty much everything else. For some reason it took you to the VOD instead of the live stream. Yeah, I was going to say you're probably on YouTube. YouTube doesn't won't inherit. As far as it was concerned, these are two completely separate streams. I don't know of any way to bring a stream back from the dead. Hell, certainly, to me. Oh, yeah, I get a lot of O, too. How you been doing on Nox? Missed ya. All is well with you for once? Excellent. This pleases me. I prefer good things happen to reasonably good people. I mean, I don't know you, deeply and personally. But you certainly seem to be a decent fellow. Hence, good things. Maybe I shouldn't, stand in this corner by myself, but on the other hand, it does limit the amount of space where I have to worry about getting attacked. Yay, that's one.
Impudent undead.
Impudent. I still don't know why she calls the undead impudent. It just strikes me as an odd choice of adjective for the undead. You been getting any gaming in, Odd Nox? I'd be curious as to what you've been playing, if so. Dismissed by your nihilistic quips? Your ever glowing positivity around me? Dude, compared to me, you're a ray of fucking sunshine. Lurking a tad during the absence? Hey, that's cool, man. I'm just glad anybody watches my nonsense. Oh, superior tense crossbow. It just needs to relax, man.
It's my power to heal. Image.
Alright, that leads back into there. I think I have to go that way, but I'm not positive. No, this way. Yes, this way's a dead end. We don't need dead ends in this game like that. It's like these guys have been playing ARPGs their whole life. It's their favorite gaming type. They have devoted their lives to it. And if there's one fact that every ARPG can quote, it's nobody likes doubling back through empty stuff. Dead ends suck. I'm playing nothing and going to a LAN in 2 months and then perhaps play 7 days to Die or Stellaris. Nice choices. I've watched a little bit of 7 days. I think I've got Stellaris. A number of friends of mine played... Oh, okay, that's a long way around. No, it's fine. I've played a lot of 7 days. But you and your LAN play... Come on, man. Do you know what year it is? You've got the internet. Of course, the internet does not supply actual human beings to hang out with. I've heard good things about human contact. I'm not sure I buy it, but I've heard good things. All right, we've got 2 more of these things to find. All right, here's the second one. Burn, baby, burn. Watching Stargate SG-1. I'm now nearly done with Stargate Atlantis after that. My wife and you have played BG3 together on the TV. That sounds like fun. Although, for me, it's I have a problem with it. That should surprise no one. In that, one of my problems with certain types of games is I get near terminal analysis paralysis. I have started BG3, I'm going to guess, 6 times. Might be more. And I've never played it for longer than maybe 4 hours. Are you completely certain that the baby doesn't deserve it? Another level for me. I need to double check this. I believe we're continuing to follow north. Dun, dun. No, straight up the middle. Right, straight up the middle we go. Minions? Yeah. Okay, minions. Alright, this is the one I haven't gotten done. Now we get a boss dude in here somewhere. Get him, guys. Mess him up. He's a jerk. You wouldn't believe what he said about your mom. Get him, guys. Get him more. Hit him harder. I knew that was going to be bad. Got him. Jerk.
Very loud and very dull.
Yes, he's very loud and very dull. Also very dead. Let's see. We don't need a feathered robe because we got a better one. Stocky mitts. I've got some stocky mitts. Back to the encampment. Back to town. Talking shit about your mommy, saying for the clan. I didn't even. He was saying things. Why does the session end after 4 hours? Because I want to play something different. Because all of the classes I have an interest in all of the classes. And it's like, okay, I've played a couple of sessions, and I sit back down and I go, I kind of want to play something else with it, because this is, the same problem I had with Skyrim. So many choices. I feel disincentivized to choose one. It's a lens brain thing. Such as it is, his brain. Did we have anything else yellow drop? That's the quest item. Nothing else yellow drop. But we do definitely want to deconstruct that. We have 2 quest items. No, we have 3 quest items. 3 quest items. We do want to identify the amulet, as we ain't got one of them. Not especially helpful, but, a little bit of cold resistance at least isn't painful. All right, Una. All right. The twig helmet might be actually better. No, that's got lightning resist and regen. So we're just going to deconstruct, disenchant. All those. And talk to Renly. Hi, Renly. How you doing? You want to please take those items and hammer them together into something that I can use for a thing with a guy? Yeah, you got to use a, sometimes you got to use a thing with a guy. No. Ooh, level 3. And our first rune. The runes we want to go in here. Alright, this Renly will deconstruct.
What have we got?
Can't you deconstruct stuff?
Take a look.
Renly?
Till next time.
Finn?
Welcome. If I don't got spirits in a
Can I not deconstruct items for quality yet? Evidently I can't. Random scepter. No thank you. I have the god scepter. I don't need your random crap.
He's a devious one. I like him.
Alright, that's the quest item. And we have a level 3 uncut skill gen. Let me check and see what I want to put that to. I'll be. Well, continue to be right here. Flame Wall, 3rd skill gem, Contagion. Using level 3, Essence Strain for single target. Essence Strain, or ED. And that's the only ED I have, I'll have you know. That other ED, that's not a problem for me, okay? Really, we don't... Oh, God. Fucking Razor updating in the middle of my day. And now my keyboard is throbbing colors at me. I've died and gone to hell. Pretty much. How much damage is that thing doing? Doesn't say. I guess next I want Essence Strain. So, yeah. Seriously, it is frustrating. That's Essence Strain. What happened to my Contagion? Seriously, it's changing colors. Now, if I were to unplug and plug... Oh, no, it finished the update. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. It's still throbbing colors. It's now sort of a cyan color, and now it's blue. Let me keep you updated. Purplish. You see, now I want to unplug it and plug it back in. USB. But I'm afraid of what'll happen if I do. Because, as I said, I've died and gone to hell.
Renly's done a fine job.
USB is kicking my US ass. Don't suppose she's got anything good, does she? Bone Blast. No.
Stay safe.
Renly? Renly, old boy. Throbbing colors sounds like a good time to you. Yeah, it's a good time for the keyboard. It ain't a good time for me. What am I getting out of the deal? Nothing. Gloves. Do you have any good gloves? Not really? That is as unexciting a batch of things as I've seen. The routes are impassable for now. I can go back, and they will no longer be impassable. Good luck with the start. Hopefully no server malfunction. A couple of client crashes. It finished the update. My keyboard is now the same soothing green as I always want it to be. Still working 25/7. We'll play only tomorrow. Yeah, sad. Yeah. 25/7. I hope you're getting single time for that. Because nobody gets more than single time anymore. When I had to work on holidays, and I did for a number of years, Thanksgiving, over the Christmas break, triple time. Triple time? Not bad. Where are my boys? Oh, they're there. My skelly bros. Let me bust these seals up. Uno!
Now the others.
Do as I command. Release this shade to my service.
Dos. Tres.
By decree of the Count of Ogum, those condemned to hang from these branches are to be left until their hearts no
Thank you for
longer
popping in,
beat,
Shirkei, anyway.
their lungs no longer.
He's
I hope you get a
unconscious,
chance to play.
breathing. Though, this wound.
I've got 4x to 6x in Sweden for nighttime at holidays. Yeah, I was already on a 11% shift differential at the time. I was working swing shift. I think it was 18% for Grave.
Bye.
I need to go back to town. Servers have been fine. I've had a couple of client crashes, and then I've had all kinds of other problems that had nothing to do with the game. My mic stopped working. Then my camera stopped working. I'm not making this up. And then you may have heard my keyboard was malfunctioning.
The wound. It should be fatal.
I have to live in Sweden. Hey, I don't know.
Only by a count's hand. The grim tangle.
I never leave the house, so I don't think the climate would bother me that much.
Please, take your time.
Also,
I heard you.
If you want to get technical about it,
When I fled from
I'm
England,
Swedish
there was
nobility.
nothing for me to grab all my sniffing tools.
My mother's
You don't
mother's
manage to
family's
reach
coat of
the
arms was
forge.
quartered with
You
the
should
Swedish
find them
royal
and
coat
bring
of
'em
arms.
here. I'll set up a bench, and we can see about working. on
I
our
have
agreement.
crashed. The game did not appreciate me making the true statement, but not exactly intellectually honest statement that I'm Swedish royalty. And such sweet deals are mostly gone nowadays after COVID. Yeah, I don't also need to work. I never leave the house and I don't need to work. So Sweden, yeah, I could do Sweden. Yeah, I know. It tickles me no end. When you identified as Swedish, I expect that any other Swede who pops into channel will hear it the exact same speech. And I believe I also told you that's the House of Bernadotte, who was like my least favorite of Napoleon's marshals. Who, funnily enough, was a Republican. Not an American-style Republican. A Republican as in a Frenchman who supported the Republic. You're a Slav, so there's likely some slave relative. Well, there's that. If you, check the genetic overlap between people, you don't have to go back far, and we're all related. And I mean not far at all. The massive numbers of people share common ancestors back just like 400 or 500 years. Most people double over when you tell them what they do. Well, I mean, they got to understand somebody is doing it.
I heard you're heading for the village.
Hi, Renly.
Take a look.
Don't suppose you have anything new? No, that looks like the same crap.
Stick.
All right, travel to the Grim Tangle. The Grim Tangle. Travel to Ogham. Grim Tangle. Red Veil, Grim Tangle. Right. Oh, that was still silly of me. We got the waypoint there. Let's use it. I'm going to let her do her thing. I'm going to AFK for a sec. I'm going to start my coffee. Coffee is percolating. I'm going to crack a window because we have a nice day today. Fresh air. I may break out in a disease. Longer you stream, less enthusiastically you greet Renly. Well,
If the Fae spirits are still...
I basically, as my day goes on, I'm less enthusiastic about everything.
The old magic still thrive. The way's open. Please, hurry.
You've some power, Ethermite. You'd have made a rise. Instant aggression.
Implications I can go this way, so I'll go this way. Dead end? Thank you. GGG, we love our dead ends. We ARPG players, we can't get enough of them dead ends. And look at that, a double dead end. There and there. We love those. And there's another one there. That's a triple. Oh, this entire area of the map was a dead end. Thanks, GGG. That's what we play ARPGs for. To run around. Pointlessly. Remember they made fun of D4 for having dead ends? I actually do. Yes. And that's what just absolutely... It's so funny because...
This druid has seen better days.
It's clear that they understand what the issue is. Gotta get out. Thank you. Oh, he threw a rock at me. Oh, I'm screwed! I'm gonna run around, he can throw a rock at me again. We've almost got him. Guys, you want to finish him off, please? That would be great. If not, I'll hit him with an Essence Strain. That'll do it.
At least he died in a place he loved. Or some such nonsense.
I kicked his ass. You know.
Image!
I've died twice. I died twice in the first, like, 3 minutes. No. 10 minutes. After getting out of the first map. And I haven't died to any of the bosses yet. I only died to swarms of mobs that killed my minions and then killed me. Wife just called. Need to go pick her up. Been fun to talk to you again. God, thank you for letting me know, Nod Knox. Tell her Len says hi. Yeah, I know. I do that sometimes. I should actually do a running count of how many times I do that. Used to be I did that all the time. Now it's maybe once every 2 or 3 weeks. Another dead end. Hey, look at that. Who would have thunk? A dead end. Me, I would have thunk a dead end, actually. The Cemetery of the Eternals.
Quickly! My family has been abducted! That bastard Tom! I said...
Count Lachlan.
I don't take...
We'll head back to town. We'll sell some crap. as is tradition. And we crash out again. Also as tradition, seemingly. So it's what, like 5 crashes, something like that. Well, I think it's all of the crashes I think have been on map swap. And every time it forgets that I want Dawn of the Hunt. My assumption is it's going to continue to do that until I exit gracefully. At which point, then it will remember. But the client is dicey. Ooh. Later this evening, when I have my evening session, which will begin at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, middle of the night in Europe, morning in Asia, Australia, and New Zealand. Another support gem. Probably need to do something with that. Ooh, yellow. Yes, please. Life, lightning resist. You know? I only give up 3 energy shield. So, yeah, definitely. Una? Where do Una? Oh, that's right. Una's over there. Hi,
Sorry,
Una.
I was just elsewhere. I
Sell.
like to hold
Need
on
to
to
sell
it's
that and
beautiful.
then deconstruct
Accept.
those 2 things. We also have our first charm. Mind you, we still don't have a belt that... What turns on the names of things? Game, item filter. None. Hide filtered ground items. Yeah, key pickup, disabled auto equip, disabled tutorials. Enable gem cutting restrictions, equipping restrictions. Auto logout. Interface. Profanity filter. Show clock. It's the names on. Gameplay. What did I do to turn off the freaking names? Sound, no. Input, no. Notifications. Well, none of those are on. Alright, where am I missing it? I didn't. That's actual graphics information. I mean, I really did turn off the names that are supposed to be over. It's got to be an interface, right? Show timestamps in chat, trade chat, global chat. Gods, no. Enable clicked cursor, navigation tooltips. Always highlight. Huh.
Hello.
I don't know how that got turned off. I honest to God don't. It's got it. I can't go into that slot. That's no fun. I feel a sneeze coming on. Now I hope you still have sound. Okay, yeah, you do. You can. Sorry, you can still hear me. I have a glacial rune I could slot. To give me cold resist. My current resists are... I've got decent cold. I'll hold that spot for now. We have another support gem. Let me check and see what I want to be supporting next. First gem you get is on Earth. Fire infusion. Yep, fire infusion for the skeletal snipers. That means my coffee is ready. Let's see if I remember this time to turn the AFK note back off. Yay! Now, what was it again? Oh. Was that a skill gem? No, it's a support gem. For the skeletal sniper. Fire infusion. Fire infusion. And the skeletal sniper. Now, how much spirit do I have? I have 139 spirit. I now have 2 of them. Excellent. We have doubled up on them. All right, and back to the graveyard we go. Oh, let's check Una.
Sorry, I was just... I've collected these over time. What do you think?
Increased energy shield. Increased lightning damage. None of those are particularly interesting. I think, though, we would like at least the energy shield out of these. It's 335, that's 30.
That one spoke to me as well.
That one spoke to you? What did it say? No, don't tell me, I'm keen to guess. Upgrade to a normal magic item with 1 modifier. I'm gonna live dangerously. Increase spell damage. Yeah, that's okay. And we're going to augment it. Cold resist. Sure, that's fine too. I'll put that there and that there. And this, well, we're going to sell it to Una.
I like to hold on to bits and pieces.
She likes to hold on to
I
bits and
like this
pieces.
one.
Isn't she sweet? Isn't she crazy? We want that to nothing, and we want that to be contingent. All right. Back to the Cemetery of the Eternals. As I was saying earlier, for my second session in about 3 hours, I'll probably be taking a break in an hour to 2 hours. I'll have my dinner. And then I'll be playing more Atom Falls. I'm getting close to the end of that. So I'm going to continue playing that until I finish it up in the evenings. That's my plan anyway. I have a plan. It's not necessarily a good plan, but it is mine.
Drain. I can create better.
Well, I need to keep following my dudes because they keep aggroing stuff. So far, I just realized we haven't seen the League mechanic in a long time. Only in the first map where we're introduced to the guy have we seen the League mechanic. Historically, in PoE 1, if there was a League mechanic, you got it in every map. That does not appear to be the case here. Which is a little disappointing. It's not a big deal. But the reason I tended to play every new league in PoE 1 was because I liked playing the fresh league mechanics. They were usually fun. Not all of them. Some were definitely less fun than others. Ooh, nice. Fire resist. Nice. Feeling all of my boys are dead. No, they were. Not sure what they were doing. Picking their nose? Guys, your primary objective is to keep me alive, not murder things. Feel free to murder to your heart's content once everything is already dead. Thank you. Or I should say, feel free to murder everything as long as I'm safe and not engaged in combat. He killed all my boys. No, he didn't. I don't know. Yeah, okay, they're back now. He did kill them all. He killed all of my boys. There were no survivors. Before I forget. Boys, keep killing. That's what you're good for. You do it beautifully. Don't stop. No, I don't have to do that. It's not a problem. I'm using WASD. Remember, Lens, you're using WASD. Huh? Who's WASD?
Up for another hunt, are you?
That's another level for me. Oh, it's Delwyn. It's the hunt master do?
There, after the spirit.
Alright, this is promising to be dangerous.
Keep on him. Now or never. Push on.
Guys, over here, please. We've got to keep up with this
Let's get a move on or else.
Chloe thing.
Spirit, guide us.
Not great with minions. I'm going to say that about this particular
Graphics
league
flip.
mechanic.
It's getting stronger. Strike! Before it
Oh,
slips
that's a
away.
different skill that we've never seen before.
Finish it.
Holy shit! No! Oh, again.
Thought well.
I killed it. That's 3 deaths. And what killed me that time, well, that was pretty obvious. What that killed me was it was just its ability summoned all of these tigers, and they stunned me and knocked me down, and then I couldn't get out of the way. Always fun. Dying to CC. Can't beat that. Oh, wait. Yeah, you can. You can beat that. Alright, there's one of the mausoleums, but we've got loot first. I believe we were over here when we died. That's the way ED contagion is supposed to work. Where were we? Up here when we died? Oh, they're not dead. Oh, yes.
I can create better. Death, take you.
Oh, that's right. When you die, you don't get the drops, I don't think. Yeah. So the original drops, I don't get. But I died. Not a big fan of that either. Anything in here? Not likely. Those are level 3 skeletal warriors. I have level 2s. I'm not gonna get a rare that's gonna be better than, or sorry, a blue that's better than that yellow, that's for sure. Alright, 3 deaths. And all 3 because of I think, well-established problem,
Where
which is
are you
that
hiding?
the monster speed, just the regular monsters, not the bosses, is just way too high. Ooh, strongbox. That would be fun. Would you stop spitting your electricity and just take it like a undead man, so to speak? And that one's an undead woman. So. Guarded by 4 packs of monsters. What the shit? Come on, man. Seriously? Oh, and I'm having terrible performance issues. Jesus.
Winner away!
All of my boys are not dead. They're just not being in a helpful place. God, these modifiers. They really did bring back... I thought someone was joking about welcome back to Arch Nemesis mods, but no, they weren't joking. This is just almost unplayably bad. They've taken the thing I hated most with that they did to PoE 1 and they brought it back into PoE 2. Overpowered fucking mods on creatures. It's just ridiculous. What are they thinking? No, I'm still killing things here. I don't know if I'm getting any XP for the littler mobs. I can't even get in there because they're spitting out all of these frickin' fireballs. GGG. What are you thinking? Honestly, I have no idea what is going on in their heads that they bring this crap into this game too. The worst thing, the literal worst thing in PoE 1, and they've gone out of their way to bring it back. I do not understand. I honest to God just don't understand. This could literally be a game killer for me. This is the kind of thing that'll make me stop playing the game.
Wither away.
So, funnily enough, none of the bosses have killed me. I'm getting killed by rares. Oh, gold, 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 delicious gold. Chest. More gold.
No.
Let's see. My gloves are crap. These could be better. A little fire resistance. 9 energy shield. The fire resistance. That could be better. Really not likely. Oh. Yeah, I don't do that. I'm going to do a quick pop back to town. It didn't register when someone on Reddit said welcome back to Arch Nemesis. It didn't register.
Sorry, I was just...
You know, if it takes longer to kill a rare mob, and they're more dangerous than the bosses, your game is a piece of crap. When you've predicated your brand spanking new game, yeah, on difficult bosses. And it turns out the bosses are not more difficult. You just don't want to get unlucky with what you get in the way of arch nemesis mods on bosses, or on rares, I should say, not on bosses, on rares.
Yes? Please.
Anything new for her?
Take your time.
No. Yep.
Stay safe, if you can.
You're already pissed the fuck off. Hey, how you doing, Chemo? It's... I don't understand. There's somebody, one of the two guys at the top, and I'm going to say almost certainly Jonathan, came up with the concept of arch nemesis, and for a league it was fine. It was a good league, perfectly playable. If you didn't like the mechanic, you didn't have to engage with it. When they rolled it into core, that's the worst thing in the game, PoE 1, to today. And then I think that was 3.15 or something. So that was like 2.5 or 3 years ago they brought that into core. And now they brought that horse shit into 2, and this may be a game killer for me. I'm not kidding. I hated it so much in PoE 1. To this day, I think it's easily the worst thing in PoE 1, and now they've brought that into PoE 2. I am not capable of understanding their thought processes.
Wither away!
We don't have time when we're trying desperately to not die to check and see what affixes are on a rare mob.
I can create better.
So, pardon me, I got choked up by the moment. So, other than being pissed off, Kimmo, how are you doing this lovely day? And yes, the word lovely there was mildly sarcastic. In the same area as me. I have 3 deaths, I think. 4 deaths? 3 or 4 deaths. None of them to bosses. So much for we want our bosses to be difficult. Your bosses so far have not been difficult. The speed of the regular mobs has been bad, and a couple of the rares have been murderous. You're good. Needing to punch someone. Well, you said the other day that you screwed up your back because of your pillow. I suggest you punch your pillow. Try and get even with it. Pillow messed up your back. I think the least you can do is murder it. No, not murder, because it's pillow. But beat the living crap out of it. Get even. Well, we've got another lockbox. The last lockbox almost killed me many times. Roll for sure. The game crashed 5 times. Yeah, I'm like 5 or 7 times, something like that. But I also had other problems. My microphone stopped working. And so for like, I don't know, half an hour or so, my lips were flapping. I could hear the things coming out, but nobody else could. And then my camera went out while I was bent over fixing the microphone. And then Razer started an update on my keyboard, and my keyboard was screwed up until it finished. And 5 to 7 crashes. On the positive side, I was number, I think, 262 in the queue. So I got in really early. Okay, I'm going to probably die now. Everyone ready for that? Are you not entertained? It freezes me when... the freeze was brief. And And this time the packs of mobs are easy. Unlike the last time I did this. Where there were rares and they almost murdered me. Murphy is very active today, or at least his law enforcement branches. That was delicious. I haven't been getting that to work the way it should. I'm a long time, many time ED Contagion player. And at least to me it seemed like ED Contagion wasn't very good in 0.1. But there, it was working pretty well. If I can get shots in at the right targets. Like that, passed on the essence strain to the other fellow. Very nice. I approve of that message. I've died 3 times. Really, only 3? Yeah, I guess only 3. That's right, the last time I only almost died like 4 or 5 times, so that felt like a couple of deaths. Strong boxes and almost dying for no loot. Yep. Sounds about right. I did get one break early on. I got a an almost broken good rare scepter, which has spirit, 2 damage buffs for my allies, regenerate for my allies, increase life for my allies, and +1 all minion skills, which is about as good as you could conceivably hope for early in the game. Yours is still white. I didn't mean to make you jealous. Envy me. Envy me. Yeah, I got extraordinarily lucky with that one. I am not gonna fit. Did she come out over there? Oh, it's him. I'm a depraved witch.
For this world. Your soul is mine.
Suffer and die!
Suffer and die!
Rend your soul. My beloved Asinia.
Her. Time to run away from her circles. Oop. I didn't want him to hit me a bunch of times. What is he doing? Doesn't he know I don't want him to hit me a bunch of times?
Soul is mine.
Did he? Oh, did he not get the message?
Your soul is mine. Asinia, join me.
More circles.
Succumb to the Empire. The spirits yearn.
Got him.
Give it a rest. Your empire is no more.
Draven, such a loser. Oh, at least you ate a blueberry muffin. Now, that's just not fair. Is it good? I bet it was good. Bet it was delicious. Wish I had one. Where are we? Let's see. Not that. Okay, we found that. So somewhere in the middle lies his girlfriend's mausoleum. Isn't that romantic? Yes, darling, I look forward to being buried in the same cemetery as you. Won't that be nice?
I can create better.
Isn't it romantic? No, not really, no. Maybe psychotic? Oh, he's got chaos resistance, jerk. Want to be buried with your full arm inside your husband's hole with peace and love. Well, I didn't realize that you were actually married to a puppet. But, you know, different strokes for different folks. Oh, do not do not stand there, Lens. That would be unwise. Don't do that. Do not do things that are unwise. Just some advice from me. To me. Oh boy. Researcher's Strongbox. I'm going to go ahead and burn a scroll of wisdom on that. Increase quantity, guarded by 5 packs. Is that 3 packs and 5 packs? Because I think that means 8 packs. Which means... Ow.
Wither away.
I think I got my contagion off on a bunch of them. I don't know where my boys are. I was successful. 2 regal orbs. Holy crap, that's actually really good. Regals seem to be dropping at a slightly higher rate than I remember. Which is good. I've always held that one of the biggest problems to low-level crafting in the game was there weren't enough regals. By far.
You should have served me.
That is another rare. Would you do me a great big personal favor and die? Thank you.
None can oppose me.
Ooh, a gelid staff. I believe that means it's going to have cold? Huh? Yeah, freezing shards. I hate it when I freezing shard myself. I keep doing that. Keep hitting M. I need to hit tab. So I just infect each other.
Infection.
Where are we? We've got to be over here then. The very last. I've covered the entire map except for this little point, and guess what? That's where it is. Not just it's in the last place I looked. It's in the last place I didn't look. The Tomb of the Consort. All right. Here we are now. Entertain us. I can create better. Come to Lens for all your better undead needs. Stuns, energy shield aura, something else is creating all these mobs too, so that's fun, you know. No, it's not actually fun. I think my boys are dead. They're back now. Care of them, yeah. If I get the right setup, I can do an actual ED contagion strike. Like that.
Putrefy.
Putrefy.
I can create better.
That ought to do it.
Inspiration and improvement.
Armored minions. Dry Cackle. His name is Dry Cackle. And why don't you all just get a little bit of, I don't know, essence drain? Punks. That's the checkpoint, so presumably that's going into, yeah, that's going into the fight. But before we get into that, I'm going to pop back to town, sell some stuff, and then we're going to fight the strongbox. Engelbert meow! Hi, how you doing? I'm a bit loopy because I'm low on sleep. For those of you who are not aware of Engelbert Meow, don't tell her I said this, but she is a lovely and talented streamer. She mostly plays Guild Wars 2, later in the evenings. She also plays cozy games and is renowned for her cursed cosplays, which are exactly what they sound like. And I don't want to, puff up her ego. because Lord knows it's so big. But I think like I've subscribed to her 16 out of the last 18 months, something like that. So evidently I appreciate her content. It amazes me that anyone else does, but if I do, I guess maybe somebody else might like it. All I heard was EBM sucks and you should throw trash at her. Well, if the trash is recyclable, you can get a little money for it. Hi, EBM. She's cool. Follow, watch, subscribe. You have YouTube stuff now, right, EBM, don't you? I am tired. I did not get a good night's sleep. I've had technical problems all day. And they've added some stuff to the PoE2 that I hated in PoE1. And the game has crashed a half a dozen times on me. So, average day for me, I guess.
Yes?
Let's see what we can disenchant. We can disenchant that. We should identify that, sell that, sell that, sell that. Sell all of them. Actually, disenchant them. And we will identify. That has quality. I do not have access, I think, to the blacksmith's anvil yet. That's coming up shortly. So this gets stored away to get destroyed instantly. This goes into the, maybe if I play another class later, bin. What has it got? Increased fizz. Nice. Yeah, that one's not bad at all. You need a flame dash, please. If I could sum up PoE2 in a single line of human speech, it would be, I need a flame dash, please. So yeah, I agree with you entirely. I am going to use an augmentation on this and then swap. Because this one's better. Yes, I couldn't agree more, Kimmo. The dash functionality is not good when the monsters are faster than your dash. Just a girl, you want to have fun, not suffer. Well, I'm just a guy and only occasionally want to suffer. And it's possible I'm immune to fun.
Please.
It's hard to know, really,
Take
at
your
this
time.
point. Una, disenchant. Disenchant that, please. We go to our stash. We make sure we do have currency affinities turned on. Okay, good. Two regal orbs. I am pleased with that. Okay, we're holding on to this. We have more skill gems. We'll start dropping those, let's say, down here. I don't think I need any more skills right now. We will now return to the Tomb of the Consort, where we're really close to the Consort, but first, we're going to try to not die to everything that is hiding inside the blacksmith's strongbox, which we'll now identify. Guarded by 5 more packs of monsters. So instead of 3, there are 8. Would you stop that? They killed all of my boys. It did open. Okay, so we killed them all. Right. They killed all my mobs, all my minions, my pets, my boys. Look how they murdered my boy.
Show me.
You're allowed to add you in-game? Sure. I'll give you the information you need shortly. I gone from here. Anytime now. Sure, I'll do that. And her and her circles. Not a fan of her circles.
Prisoner bone.
Dre!
Right. Of the fall.
Whoops. That was not well timed by me. Keep hitting her, guys, okay?
You are mine. Forever. Sacrificial.
Got her.
I hate to put down a sister witch, but you had it coming.
All right, let's see. Well, this is my character. Would you care to pronounce that name? It's pronounced PoE hit too bad. PoE too bad. Well, I'll just have to accept that, I suppose. I have joined a party. Oh, a party join. I thought you meant like a friending. Sure, I suppose. There we go. That's a friending. Party was disbanded. Oh, okay. Don't worry. No problem. It's not. Hey, I had finished off the unpleasantness. It's not something I do enough that I would be able to get it right the first time. In any way, I can assure you. Okay, so we're going to head back here to the waypoint. Oh, we've got friends. Oh, crap. Yep, there's a rare in there. I didn't see that at first. There's a rare in there. And again, we've got the rares are much harder than the bosses in the game. This is why somebody at GGG has got to be taken from a position of authority. I need to go back to town real quick. First time too. It was too nervous. Oh, I understand. We're all nervous our first time. At least I've been told. Maybe one day I'll find out. What? So, we definitely want to check the boots. Evasion rating, minimum mana, rarity. I don't think they're as good, sadly, as the stuff I'm currently using. So, yes. Una, let's do some disenchanting. And also a cell.
Oh, I like this one.
She likes that one. By the way, does she have anything to buy? Nothing worth buying. Oh, she's got a ring. 1,508 gold. I have exactly 2,000. No. Thank you, no.
I like
What was that? Discipline. No, I don't believe in discipline. The bondage. I believe in bondage. I don't believe in discipline. My first chance shard. Ooh, sexy. Uncut skill gem. What would I use an uncut skill gem of level 4 for? Probably just to upgrade a 3. After defeating the king in the mists around level 10 to 13, we'll get a spirit gem. Well, technically, it's usually BSD or B&D or S&M. BSM would be if you don't like the... Oh, I see, yeah. I like the bondage, the sadism, and the masochism, but not the discipline. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Or D&D. I own first edition, second printing, Dungeons and Dragons. I purchased it in 1975. Which I will also note is the year, I believe, that Monty Python and the Holy Grail was made. D&D 4. Well, you mean the current hardbound books? I've got friends who swear by 3rd ed and 5th ed. I have literally no friends, other than you, who prefer 4. Sorry. Not my fault. I promise. I believe we will be upgrading... Essence Strain or Sniper? No, ooh, Sniper. Yeah, Sniper, I think the skeletal sniper has got to be it. EBM, did I ever tell you my story as to how I discovered Dungeons and Dragons? Because I think you're going to like that story. It's mostly safe for work. I discovered Dungeons and Dragons, which I think has been a very large part of leading me into my gaming life, because of Playboy. Now wait. Like most young, strapping lads in the early 70s, I would occasionally avail myself of my father's Playboy. To be fair, I actually did read the articles. Playboy at that time had stories by, authors like Ray Bradbury. They had interviews with really important social influencers of their time. I also read the pictorials very carefully. In the back, they had this little section, a couple of panels in between 2 back pages of things for guys, weird stuff like a combination cigar trimmer circumciser. They probably never actually had that one. And I'm reading through it because I actually read the goddamn thing. And they mentioned a place that sold miniature figures for playing war games with. They also sold Lord of the Rings figures. Now, while the objective of reading Playboy was often to get physically excited, I don't think I've ever been more physically excited by Playboy than I was when I read Lord of the Rings figures. So, I sent off for their catalog. The company's called Minifigs. Not sure if they're still around or not. Primarily, they sold Napoleonic miniatures, and I think they had Ancients as well. They were used for a war game, a miniatures war game. And I ordered a bunch of the Lord of the Rings figures, and they arrived just before Christmas, I think in 74? Something like that. And I open them up, and I'm reading, and I'm looking through the information on it, and in the catalog, they mentioned a game called Chainmail that allows you to play war games with miniature figures and including rules for fantasy. So I buy a copy of Chainmail. My friends and I, we play a few games with the Lord of the Rings figures. We're looking at buying historical figures. They mentioned something in the back of the Chainmail rules, which were by a company called Tactical Studies Rules, for a game called Dungeons and Dragons. This is how my young body reading Playboy, actually reading Playboy, led me to Dungeons and Dragons. So, from Lord of the Rings to Dungeons and Dragons, to fantasy gaming, to computer gaming, to me playing here today and streaming for you, blame Playboy. This has been my TED Talk. I hope you enjoyed it. Now I get to go get killed by Count Lachlan.
Do my eyes again deceive me?
I do have the keys. Let me open up the memorial gate.
It's open! Praise the first one!
Odds are pretty fair that Lachlan kills me. He has some very bad attacks, and he's also going to nuke the living crap out of my boys here, sadly.
Isabel, Torko, Callum, the family of Count
Playboy
Lachlan.
stream when?
My family? This doesn't make any sense. They're dead. Those bastard Eternals. I must make them pay.
And he's going to get really, really big.
Suffer and die.
Ow. He's big. And he doesn't seem to like me. I just don't think he knows me. I think if he got to know me, he'd really like me a lot. I went the wrong way. Oh! Yeah, he got me. He got me. And 9/11 created Twilight, the vampire movies. Wait, the vampire books. Well, let's see. I know, for instance, that as bad as they are, and they really are, the 50 Shades of Grey books were originally fan fiction for Twilight. Imagine that. I went the wrong way dodging. I dodged closer to him instead of further away. I don't recommend that. He's on fire. He's essence drained. He wants to come back the other way. I'm not going to not going to argue with him about that. Keep beating him up, guys. Oh. Keep beating him up, guys. That's all I'm asking. Just keep beating him up. And I need him to keep getting his essence drained, which sounds really kind of smutty when I say it like that. We got him. All right. One death to the boss. That's the first boss who's killed me.
Your dreary little tale is over, old man.
What's a horse's favorite book, 50 Shades of Hay? If I say, I don't get it, will that prevent that from happening again? The hunting grounds. The actual writing of the 50 Shades books is astonishingly awful.
Life and death are well balanced here. Disgusting. Stray!
We head back to town. Finn.
I I have a how do I a little while see well you pay them a visit.
I'll accept the quest. Sure,
Watch
Finn.
yourself out there.
Una,
You found the ring.
I found the ring. Gerard Way saw it happen, and it motivated him. Oh, yes, I did see that he came up with the band. Yeah, I was aware of that. I came up with My Chemical Romance, as having seen 9/11. It's crazy popular. Stephanie Meyer listens to it and feels attracted to Gerard Way. I'm really, really sorry for him for that. She creates fan fiction where he's a vampire. That fan fiction is Twilight. That turns into the movie franchise. E.L. James watches it. She creates 50 Shades. I think a cogent argument can be made that that the suffering caused by that chain of events is only slightly less than the suffering caused by 9/11. That was meant to be a joke in bad taste. Please don't take that seriously, anyone.
How long? You can...
It's the hooded one.
Yes.
So if we are to
Hello, hooded one. How about you identify my items?
I don't know how
Which
to
again
ask
sounds
this
pretty
of you.
smutty.
It's in my family. Bye.
I also have to talk to Renly about something? No, I don't have to talk to Renly about something. Wait.
This hooded one is here. Stick to the
We still don't get the smithing thing? Calling the police. Yeah, well. The Twitch police. That actually looks pretty good. It's way better than that. So, yep, we're swapping that. I got another really good item. Kimmo's going to be angry. Never finished the movie 50 Shades. Oh, I haven't watched it. I did read the Twilight books, except for the last one. I managed to fake that. I had 2 separate friends threaten me with physical violence if I didn't read them. They were disappointed when I told them how awful I thought they were. 30% increased spirit is good, but not as good as the rest of that stuff. I will hold on to that one for possible future character. That's life and cold resistant energy. I actually think that one is better.
Must be more dexterous.
Oh, I'm in the middle of... Wait. Oh, I don't have the dex. Fine. I don't have the dexterity for that. Whatever. That's another level 3 uncut skill gen. I don't think I have a need for that, so that can go down here. Oh, wrong button. I hit the wrong button. My apologies for hitting the wrong button. 12 dex. What's my current dex? 7. I will hold on to this on the off chance that it ends up being useful. The hooded one. So he's not Jewish. I see what you did there. No bris oblige. I like Twilight. It's your not guilty because you're not religious pleasure. And that's fine. You see? It's the way I feel about movies. It's entirely understandable and acceptable to like a bad movie, as long as you don't think it's a good movie. If you acknowledge it's bad and just go, I like it. For instance, I don't watch much TV anymore, but when I did watch a lot of TV, I was a big channel surfer. And if I'm surfing and I hit the first half of Roadhouse, I'm watching. The first half is, the entire movie is terrible, okay? The last half is unwatchable. The first half is bad, but bad in a fun way. But it's not a good movie. So I am a firm believer in enjoying something bad as long as you acknowledge it's bad. So the fact that you have a guilty pleasure, I have no problem with it all. Because I have mine too. The problem is with people who would assert that their guilty pleasure is because they are more perceptive than everyone who thinks it's garbage. That's kind of an issue. Where was I? Oh dear, where was I? Oh yes, I was going to disenchant all of this stuff. Hi, Una.
Sorry, I was
Could you
just...
disenchant this for me? Thank you, sweetheart. She's a very nice girl.
Goodbye.
And I think I am going to call it for the afternoon session here. I want to thank all you guys for hanging out, especially through the technical problems earlier and my discussion about how Playboy turned me into a gamer. Not sure I was already a gamer. How it turned me into this as far as gaming and streaming and all that stuff goes. Anyway, I'll be back in about 2 hours with more Atomfall. I think I'm getting close to the end, but then I thought that yesterday. You own your pleasures. Never really gave a fuck. I like trash a lot. I'm a raccoon. Trash pandas are cool. You're pretty cool too. And as long, like I said, you acknowledge it ain't high literature, but I like. That's fine. I'm going to be back in about 2. I'll be playing more Atomfall. Probably going to have an early session again tomorrow with more PoE2. I expect. But for this evening, more Atomfall. Again, I want to thank you guys for hanging out. I'll be back in about 2 hours. I hope you'll see me soon. Maybe not then. Maybe tomorrow, but soon. I hope the rest of your day goes awesome. It's Friday, isn't it? I hope the rest of your Friday evening or Saturday morning is awesome. And even more, I insist your upcoming weekend kick ass. I will expect complete reports on my desk first thing Monday morning. So, I hope the rest of your day goes great. I hope your weekend is freaking awesome. Back in a couple hours.